Hello, and thanks for watching this brief video focused on AdCom's CommView Plus call accounting reporting solution, specifically on its Simple by Design approach to reporting itself. For those of you that are just getting to know AdCom Corporation, we've been singularly focused on designing, selling, and servicing full-featured, cost-effective call accounting and reporting solutions for more than 35 years. Our CommView Plus platform is our fourth generation solution and our first to incorporate a near real-time dashboard as well as reporting and administrative functionality all through a browser-based reporting, browser-based interface. For the next 10 minutes or so, I'll show you how easy it is to navigate through the interface and generate a customized report to screen and even schedule it for automatic distribution via email. So let's go ahead and log in to CommView Plus. So we're now looking at my browser and I'm logging in as a credentialed user that can see and do just about everything. Of course, a user may have different rights, privileges, and restrictions assigned to them. But let's go ahead and log in. So based off of this, my login credentials, I'm logging in as somebody that can see and do just about everything. The first thing you'll see is the near real-time dashboard display. We'll go into more details on this in a subsequent video, as this video is focused specifically on reporting and navigation of that part of the interface. So let's look at creating reports. The first thing that you'll notice from the CommView Plus is that it is well organized, making it easy to navigate. What I mean by that is on the left-hand side, you'll see what are essentially report libraries, summary, detailed, organization, special reports, etc. And within each one of those report libraries, there's a handful of report templates that are appropriately named for that library. So with summary reports highlighted, we look at the report templates that the user can select from. They're all summary style reports. Similarly, in the detailed report library, you'll find detailed style reports. It's simple by design. Let's go ahead and build a report together. I think a great place to start would be to build a basic call summary report. To do that, once the user selects which file format or which template they want to work with, they click Next. They can now customize the report utilizing these four different tabs: date range, report filters, report sort order, and call types. First up is date range. I think this is pretty straightforward. You'll notice it's defaulting to go back to the 7 most recent days, but I can hit the pull down menu and make any selection that is here. In this database of process call records that I have access to, we've got data for the last 31 days. So let's go ahead and grab a month's worth of data. Alternatively, the user could click into this field and utilize the handy pop-up calendar to assign the date range. Moving to report filters, this is where the user can start to limit some of the data that's returned in the form of a report. So let's build a report together that's designed to do something that's fairly common, and that's allocate usage costs back by department. In that case, I might want to exclude some information. So if I click on the pull-down menu for the filter, I can apply filters based off of any of this wide variety of criteria. One that comes to mind for this specific example would be to exclude a specific department. And one to exclude, I think a great one to exclude in this case would be the ACD agents. They're only receiving calls. They're not making any outbound calls. Let's go ahead and exclude them from the reporting. Another, I guess, thought would be to also exclude station-to-station calls, inbound calls, even outbound calls to toll-free numbers, as these are all typically zero costed by the CommView Plus application itself. I can go ahead and apply a completely different filter than the first filter I just established. In this case, I just described zero costed calls. and I can go ahead and, or the user can go ahead and exclude those. As I've made choices, they're populated over here on the right. Moving on to report sort order. How do I want the report to look in terms of an outer sort and an inner sort perspective? I can hit the pull down menu. You can see I can choose to outer sort by any of this wide range of criteria. Since I established that this report is going to be geared towards allocating usage costs back by department, in my database, I know that department has been assigned as org1 value. So we'll go ahead and sort by department. And then I can choose from a variety of inner sort, or in some reports, it's actually drill down criteria. And we can take a look at all of these criteria. I don't know if I was looking to, focus on call volumes, I might want to go ahead and drill down by date. If I was looking at trying to establish, busy hours for specific departments, for staffing purposes, I might want to go ahead and drill down by hour. But a common practice would be to go ahead and drill down by full name associated with extensions in a given department. But there's, again, a wide variety of criteria that the user can select from. So let's go back and choose full name. And then the last area of customization is call types. And it's as simple as manipulating checks and boxes. Maybe I just want to take a look at international calls. We're not doing any business internationally. I want to see which extensions are making those international calls because they're quite expensive. I can do that. But again, it's just a simple matter of manipulating checks and boxes. So once the user has defined a report, now it's the next step would be to tell where the report should go. Should it go to screen, printer, file, or email? If I wanted to select file, you'll notice there's a variety of popular file formats, including PDF, Word, Excel, even Crystal Viewer, format that supports some drill down capabilities. And I can even select email. If I select email, of course, as a user, I select what file format the report's going to take in terms of an attachment. I can go ahead and queue up that email. I can even schedule right from this part of the interface. But let's go ahead and cancel out of that, as I want to focus on generating the report to the screen. So let's go back and set it to the screen. All right, so let's run the report that we've just, in essence, defined together. So now that basic call summary report that we just designed is now up on the screen. And the user will find that the reporting is dynamic once it's been run to the screen. So this is, again, the basic call summary report, keeping in mind we've chose to exclude an org1 value, ACD agents, and we've excluded all of those zero costed calls. We're sorting alphabetically by the org1 values, which are departments in this case, peg count of calls, accumulated duration in hours, minutes, and seconds, and then the calculated cost of those calls. Now, as I said earlier, the report, when it is run to screen, it's dynamic, and it's dynamic in a number of ways. One is, as you may notice, we're sorting alphabetically by the org1 values. Well, I can resort this report by any of these column titles. So maybe it's more important for me to see how these departments are ranked by cost. I can simply go to the top of this left of the screen and choose to resort by cost. So now you'll notice that customer service jumped to the top, followed by sales, which was towards the bottom alphabetically, as we're now sorting by call cost or accumulated cost. Another way that the reporting is dynamic when it's run to screen like this is drill down. So you'll notice my cursor changes from a straight up arrow to an arrow that's got an indicator that drill down capabilities are available. So I can drill down into the customer service department simply by clicking on customer service, and a new tab pops up labeled customer service. And if you recall, we chose to drill down by full name. So here are all the full names or text we have associated with extensions belonging to the customer service department. Here is, again, the peg count of calls, accumulated duration, calculated costs of those calls. If you're watching closely, you'll notice my cursor does have that drill down icon again, so I can take a look at Dan Bushman's activity simply by clicking on his name. And now a new tab opens labeled Dan Bushman. I'm looking at all of the calls associated with billing ID or PBX extension 5212 belonging to Dan Bushman in the customer service department. So I've run a single report to the screen. I've been able to resort it. I've been able to drill down a number of levels. I can even drill up. I can go back to the main report itself. I can look at a different department and a different individual, all without having to run report after report after report. So as a user, once I've validated that this is the type of report that I want to deliver to an internal customer, I can go ahead and email that report and even schedule it right from this validation screen, as opposed to having to go back. Remember how I defined the report and then target the email. And this is how easy it is to do that. I'm going to go ahead and click on email report. Yeah, let's go ahead and email it as a PDF. We'll send it out to an internal customer. Monthly report. And now I can go ahead and schedule that, because with this report, I want it to go out every month as opposed to having to run it manually every month. So I'll go ahead and hit schedule. I'm going to give it a title, monthly department bill back. Let's go ahead and run it. I'm going to run it on the first of the month, and we'll run it during off hours. So we'll run it at 3 a.m. We'll run it at 4 a.m. We'll give it a description. In this case, I'm just going to mirror the title. And the repeat every is where you can establish the frequency. Let's go ahead and run this every month. So on the first of the month, we'll see a report that goes out via email, and that'll happen incrementally on the first of the month in the middle of the night. So I'm going to go ahead and hit schedule report. And now the report is scheduled. So that's a quick overview of the ability to navigate through the reporting interface, customize a report, run it to screen, validate, and then schedule it for automatic generation and distribution via email. There'll be other videos that we produce to show you different aspects of the CommView Plus solution. If you would like to take a more in-depth view of the CommView Plus application, here's all the different ways you can contact us to go ahead and schedule a demonstration via a virtual meeting. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon.